What's going on, everybody? Thanks for checking out this video. Today I'm sitting in the back of my BMW E46. It's a 2005 325i, and we're going to be changing out the console lid cover for the armrest here. You can see how this is the original one. It's cracking. It's also broken back here. So I have a brand new one I got on eBay. Cost about $25. You only need 3 different tools. You need a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a pair of pliers, and it only takes just a couple of minutes. Really easy. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Please follow, leave a comment if you have any questions, and let's get into it, guys. So the first thing we need to do is remove the ashtray. Yours might have a cover over the ashtray. You need to push that cover down. My cover is broken, so just simply pull up and the ashtray will come out very easily. There's 2 Phillips head screws down in here. We need to loosen both of these screws. They're plastic screws, so they don't come all the way out. Just loosen it up. Alright, once you have them loosened up, this centerpiece just comes right out. It does have a wire cord attached to it, so be careful. Make sure you don't destroy that. All right, next there's 2 more Phillips screws in here. Remove these Phillips screws. These ones are metal screws, so they will come all the way out. I'm going to detach this electrical clip, just pull straight down on it. Now we can set that off to the side. We can take this whole plastic piece, set that off to the side as well. I want to clean that too, that's disgusting. I got a dog and she sheds a lot. So now that we're here, you can see we have a spring right here. We also have a spring on this side too. So our next goal is to remove both of those springs. And to get better, easier access, I'm going to slide both of my seats forward, and it'll give me a lot more room to get at these from the side. Alrighty, got the seats slid all the way forward. Gives me much more access to each side of these, each of these springs here. In order to remove these springs, it's pretty simple. Just take your pair of pliers, grab the center of it. You got to get it out of that groove there. My spring wasn't even under any sort of pressure, obviously, because this plastic piece is completely broken. If your plastic piece is not broken, your spring is going to be under pressure, so please be careful when you do remove it. Go ahead and do the exact same thing for the other side. Now we have both of those springs off. The last thing we need to do, there's a little locking mechanism here. You take your flathead screwdriver and you pry it like this. It's kind of like a retaining pin. It's a big long plastic pin. Pull that out. You can see it's grooved. There's only one way that it can go in and out. And that thing was ruined. Do the same thing for the other side as well. Don't know what that is, but I don't want that to get lost right there. Alright, come over to the right side, take your flathead, pry that open. Remove this little retaining pin here, plastic retaining pin. Okay. Make sure this little rubber piece stays in place. Over on the other side, it kind of wanted to move around a little bit, so let's just make sure that's where it goes. So now we have this fully disassembled. It should just come right off. There's a little switch on the front. Make sure you pull that, but the lid comes completely off. Mine was completely broken. That's why I got a new one. But look at that. This is a completely another video. Look at all that plastic, all that rubber. It's oxidized, it's deteriorated, corroded. It's absolutely disgusting. And I noticed it would start to do this if I would leave my center console lid up, and it would have direct sunlight shining down on it. So this stuff would literally turn into like a molten goo if it had direct sunlight shining down on it. So that stuff is awful, disgusting, but I don't put anything here. I just want a solid armrest that I can rest my arm on and not have to worry about it fall off or, you know, scrape up my elbow or anything like that. Let's take the old one and the new one, put them side by side, compare the two. Very, very similar. The color is almost identical. They're both black. Obviously, the new one doesn't have any cracking. The stitching is slightly different. You can see the stitching here. Then there's some outside stitching here. No big deal. I'm totally happy with this. In order to install this, you just do it in the reverse operation, and we're gonna do that next. All right, once you got your old lid removed, we can go ahead and take our new lid and put it on. This is very satisfying. I want to let you guys know that. And if you're doing it yourself, I'm sure you guys are probably also very satisfied too. Because look at that. I don't even have it fully assembled yet, but that looks so much better. Remember, the next thing we need to do here, we take our plastic retaining pins and we put them in. There's a little groove. There's only one way for these things to go in, so you can see there's a little groove on the top. A groove on the top of that. Make sure you line that up and put it in there. Same thing with the other side. Take our plastic pin. Seat it in there properly. Now, this is articulating properly. There's no springs right now, but it's not going anywhere as of this point. So that is so sweet. That makes me real happy. All right, okay. All right, so I had to figure this out because my spring, when I took it out, it wasn't under any kind of compression. You need to stick this piece that's sticking out and put it up in that little groove right there. That's the first thing you got to do. Once you get it in that groove, then you can get it in place. Now we take our pliers and we're going to compress the spring by turning it. All right. You do want to be careful here, guys, because this thing is a spring. It's under a compression, so please be careful. Wear eye protection. Keep your mouth closed. There we go. All right, first spring we got in place. Same thing for the other side here. We take that end, stick it in that little hole right there. Time to compress our spring. This one we twist it in the opposite direction. The left side we twisted it to the right. This one we're going to twist it to the left. There we go. Easy peasy. Ooh. Let's make sure everything functions properly. Oh yeah, it does. Oh yeah, it does. All right, reverse steps here, guys. We got a couple of Phillips screws we're gonna put back in there. Look at that, I got a key in here. What the heck is this key? Got a random key hiding in here. Wonder what that's to. Now that we've got the lid attached, we're gonna go ahead and put everything back on. I went ahead and rinsed out this stuff with some warm water in my sink. Yeah, it was pretty grody, a lot of dirt, a lot of dog hair. So you can do it. I didn't clean in there, but I cleaned in here. So, all right, guys, we're ready to reinstall everything. We've got the console lid installed. We're ready to put everything back into place. Take this electrical wire, feed it through this small little slit right there. Seat this properly. When you seat this, pull apart just gently. You want to get these over the springs. Once you have it seated in there, put your 2 metal screws back in the holes. Alright, now that we've got our screws in, we're going to reconnect our electrical cord here. This powers a little light bulb inside. Alright, now it's time for our plastic screws here. These screws, push the big fat end in first. Once that's in, then you can screw in the screw. Make sure you get it down in the hole. Same thing with the other one. Alright, screw away. These are plastic screws. They're not actually like threading into anything in particular, so once you get it all the way down, that's it. It just fans out that plastic piece on the bottom, which keeps everything in place. Sweet. Install. Time to install our thing right here. Ashtray. Ashtray's installed. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Leave a comment. Please ask any questions if you have them. Definitely appreciate you guys following the page. Leaving comments and likes helps me post more videos just like this. Stick around. See you guys next time. Alright guys, stay tuned for my next video. I've got tons of repair videos and how-to videos on my BMW E46. This thing has gone a long ways and I intend to get it a long way further. Thanks guys.